Was anyone terrorized?
I don't believe so.
I have literally 3 pages of questions, and I've been skipping around on them. I appreciate you answering the questions, and I will ask a lot of the same questions to our other nominee as well. I just want to ask you one final question on it. I mean, it was the report that the special master put out was stunning in its very direct accusations and use of language, very strongly worded language that damned many people. I do not agree that the president of the California Correctional Peace Officers Association is running the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, especially because all I ever hear from them is how frustrated they are with the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, and I figured if he was running the show, he wouldn't be frustrated as much with himself. What is your position on the Special Master's report?
My position is that I believe the special master is calling for a hearing. And he's very concerned that we don't backtrack on the progress we've made with our employee matrix, our disciplinary process, and the accomplishments that we've made in that regard. And I haven't talked to the special master about his report, so I hate to make any assumptions about where he's coming from, but I think we have and continue to make accomplishments on the code of silence, on our employee disciplinary matrix, on a better system of employee discipline, and I think we can stand on those accomplishments.
Special Master says the top-ranking leadership of CDCR is confused, understaffed, dispirited, and most important, uncertain who is really in charge, the acting secretary or the president of the CCPOA. Do you know who's in charge?
I'm clear as a bell who's in charge.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
I think when I was asking if there's any opposition, no one heard me, so if there is opposition, please come forward.
Hello, my name is Bertha Sanchez. I work at Kern Valley State Prison. I live in Bakersfield, and prior to working at Kern Valley, I worked at Wasco State Prison. I've been in the system 14 years. I had to come here last week to meet Mr. Dovey after trying to contact him for 14 months. The code of silence exists as of yesterday. It does exist in the institutions. And there are things that are happening there, and we try to get this information out, and we're stonewalled. And so we have to take our time off work and not get paid, use our gas, come here to do this.
Now, this is, I understand you've met with staff, and we're going to look into the specifics.
Right, and I am going to give you specifics, because they
No,
told...
I don't want, what I'd like to do is the reason for opposing him.
Right. The reason for opposing him is because I don't believe Mr. Dovey knows what's going on in the prisons. There's too much going on, and he doesn't have control of it. And somebody has to make somebody accountable, because what's going to end up happening is somebody is going to get hurt in one of these prisons, and I don't want that to happen to my brothers or sisters, union members, non-union members. I don't want that to happen, but that's what is going to happen. And the prison that I'm at has only been open 14, 15 months, and things are bad there. Bad, bad, bad. And nobody listens. I gave something to the warden on June the 7th, and I've yet to hear back from him. Now, Mr. Dovey did have someone call me last Friday, okay? They called me, they wanted to know what the concerns were, but she's like, well, I don't know what I can do. That's the problem. Nobody knows what they can do. I mean, we have answers, but the thing is, that matrix that he's talking about, that matrix is used against us, but not the supervisors, not the administrators. We're the ones that are paying on that matrix. We pay our 5%, or we get weeks deducted off of our pay, but not the people that should be doing it. They get away with this stuff. And that's the thing I want to ask Mr. Dovey, is that if, you know, I know me being here, he's going to get confirmed or not, but somebody here has to make him accountable, that we just don't have to come here each time to let our stories out. That he built a committee, and he did do that on Tuesday when I went to work. He had the warden say that we were going to go ahead and start meeting with labor management. That's a start. But you know what? It's long time in coming. It's a start, and the thing about it is, some of the problems are with the wardens, right at the top, and that's trickling down. And that's what needs to be fixed. And I thank you.
You're welcome. I just might add that we have been, ever since the reorganization took place, we have now been playing a little different role. We are now confirming the top management positions, which means that the accountability will rest with them. We're not doing confirmations of individual wardens any
Right.
longer. And your point's well taken. I mean, the buck's going to stop with the guy that, or man or woman that wants the job, for whatever reasons they want the jobs. But the governor now has called a special session, and that will punctuate some of the work that we're doing. There will be hearings in the Senate on whatever the governor's proposals are. And, you know, I don't expect you to take time off work and travel.
It's that important to me that I will.
Well, I appreciate that very much, but we want to, there will at least be a forum there in the month of August.
Okay?
You know, it'll be interesting to see, compare notes, what the governor's office feels important and what you feel is important as an employee of the system.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
The thing is, when people come out to visit, first of all, we're warned, and we receive a memo, or we get it somehow, is that you don't come up to them, people. You don't talk to them, okay? And if they ask you anything, you say yes or no. And if you do come up to them and you do say anything, you're going to be in trouble. Okay? Yes, truly. Okay? So I ask that any of you go, or Mr. Dovey goes, for him to walk with one person and it not be administrative staff. Because you know what? That's what we are told, not to talk to anyone.
Who told you that? No, just, you know.
It comes down from the warden, the chief deputy. It comes from everywhere. It comes from our healthcare administrators.
Does your supervisor, immediate supervisor, tell you that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, there is.
thank you.
And that's the stuff that I will be providing to Nettie in their writing.
Okay.
Okay? Yes,
Great.
there is.
Thank you.
All right? Thank you.
Anyone else? Any questions? Yes.
Mr. President, thank you. I want to pick up on what Senator Batten was asking. I think laid a foundation for the point that I'm trying to get to in terms of your view of your role within the organization as it existed prior and as it exists today in relation now to